Today on this show, I'll tell you that the Israeli parliament has passed a bill permanently occupying the West Bank. After Gaza, another conflict could erupt. Hamas declared that this occupation is completely unacceptable. The West Bank was, is, and will remain our land. The world's highest court has reprimanded Israel, stating that it is Israel's responsibility to deliver relief to Gaza. UNRWA revealed that 6,000 relief trucks are stranded in Jordan and Egypt. Netanyahu is seriously disrupting Erdogan's plans. It said it will not allow Turkish troops into Gaza. Iran rebuked the US, saying they should first stop their excesses, then we can talk. A major defense agreement between Turkey and Qatar will see both of Israel's enemies jointly producing weapons. It appears that after the ceasefire in Gaza, Israel wants to push the West Bank into the brink of war. The biggest news is that the Israeli parliament, known as the Knesset, has made a dangerous decision and passed a bill permanently annexing the entire West Bank. This happened while the U.S. senior team was visiting Israel. Vice President J.D. Vance, Derek Kushner, and Middle East Secretary Steve Witkoff were in Israel on the same day. Although it still needs to go through another round of legislation in the Israeli parliament, the beginning has already been made. According to reports, the law permanently annexing the West Bank has passed the first stage. During the Knesset vote, the bill was voted in favor of the bill and 24 against, a very narrow margin. This is not yet the final decision, but the path to annexation has become easier. This bill has advanced, albeit by a single vote. This bill states that Israel will apply its legal authority and judicial system to Jewish settlements, Jura, and Samaria, officially making most of the West Bank Israeli territory. Members of Israel's far-right Navim party introduced this bill. Other extremist ministers, such as Bezalel Smotrach, have already presented a broad plan for occupation, which aims for maximum land occupation and a minimum Palestinian population. This is the maximum land and minimum population plan. Netanyahu's own party, Liquid, called this vote a political maneuver, stating that true occupation is achieved through actions on the land, not just legal designation. Therefore, most Liquid members boycotted the vote. For Palestinians and the international community, this bill is a blatant violation of international law. You will want to know what happens next. The Liquid party has its own stance. It boycotted it, and there are reasons for that. But let's understand what happens next. The bill still has 3 more votes in Parliament and a full legal process remaining. If it becomes law, it will have a major impact on the Oslo Accords and the framework of the international system. This will impact the Palestinian Authority, disrupt everyday life, and spark new conflicts. A new phase of war could begin, as land grabbing and human rights issues directly impact life and existence. This decision is still in its initial stages, but its impact could strip Palestinians of everything they hold dear. Therefore, Hamas has issued a strong warning upon the bill's first-round passage. Jordan has declared the plot to annex the West Bank illegal. Jordan has strongly condemned Israel's decision to approve 2 draft laws annexing the West Bank. The Jordanian Foreign Ministry issued a statement, calling the move a blatant violation of international law and an attack on Palestine's right to autonomy. Jordanian Foreign Ministry spokesman Fuad al-Mahali said that Jordan strongly rejects Israel's attempt to impose its authority on the occupied West Bank. He warned that another illegal Israeli move would have an earthquake-like impact on the entire region, and that the continued attacks on Muslim and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem are completely intolerable. Al-Mahali appealed to the international community to stop Israel from its dangerous actions and illegal activities, otherwise a major crisis could arise. Hamas also strongly criticized, stating that the bill to annex the West Bank is illegal, barbaric, and unacceptable. Hamas issued a statement last night, the 22nd, saying that Israel's madness and attempts to annex the land are completely unacceptable. The West Bank was and will remain Palestinian land. In a statement released on Telegram, the Palestinian movement Hamas said that this new move by Israel represents the ugliest face of colonialism and a clear violation of international law. Remember, just last night, the Israeli parliament passed a bill to permanently annex the West Bank in a very close vote of 25 to 24. 25 votes were in favor of annexation, 24 against. While the Netanyahu party may have called it a political gimmick and boycotted it, work on the ground continues. The expansion of settlements, the construction of military outposts, and the increasing pressure on the Palestinian population are all evidence that the plan for a complete annexation of the West Bank has begun. The IDF has entered the West Bank. Cities, roads, and buildings are being dug up. Experts say that Israel has already de facto occupied the West Bank, and this legal seal is merely an attempt to make that annexation permanent. Hamas has clearly stated that this step can neither change the reality on the ground nor shake the roots of the Palestinian nation, and that they will not accept any illegal decisions of Israel. Friends, amid the ongoing destruction in Gaza and the increasing atrocities and attacks by settlers in the West Bank, this bill opens a new front. Now the war is not just about missiles and rockets, it has also become a war of maps, and the situation in the West Bank is currently deteriorating. I'm not saying that the annexation has already taken place. I told you that there are still 2 or 3 rounds of voting left. But the offensive has begun, and Israeli forces are steadily entering the West Bank. The world's highest court has rebuked Israel, stating that Israel cannot and should not block UN aid to Gaza. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, in The Hague ruled on Wednesday that Israel, as the occupying power, is responsible for meeting the needs of the people in Gaza. Israel has a legal obligation to deliver basic necessities like food, water, fuel, medicine, and shelter to Gaza. The ICJ stated that Israel must cooperate with UN agencies, especially UNRWA, in providing relief, without obstructing them. However, this opinion is not legally binding, meaning it is not mandatory for Israel to accept it. Whether it accepts it or not, its political and social weight is immense, such that the oppression of humanity in Gaza has become unbearable for the world. Israel rejected the World Court's decision, stating that it will not accept orders from any court. Israel has completely rejected the historic ruling from the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Yesterday, the ICJ ordered Israel to facilitate the movement of humanitarian aid into Gaza and meet the basic needs of the people there. However, today Tel Aviv clearly stated that it will not change its security policy at the behest of any court. Israel's foreign ministry, in an official statement, said that the court's decision is political, not legal, and that the steps being taken in Gaza are necessary for security reasons. 58 deaths, 0 people means, in simple words, Israel has thrown the order of the world's highest court into the dustbin. Do you know why? Because the order did not come from the White House. Otherwise, it would have been accepted. UNRWA, which oversees aid, healthcare, schools, and everything else in Gaza, says that 6,000 trucks are stranded in Jordan and Egypt. They are being denied entry into Gaza.